All right, let's get started here. Bring out the 2025 NFL drafted running backs. Ashton Genty, first running back taken by Vegas in the draft. Sixth overall. He comes in from Boise State, 5'8", 211 pounds. Hey, we just went ahead and moved him right to the top of their depth chart, right? He's Raheem Mostert was their number two. He's brought in to 1 year, $2.1 million contract. Is there a lot of gas in his tank left? Disappointing year last year. Zamir White, failure. So a Genty moves right to the top of their depth chart. 32nd team in rushing overall. So, hey, we'll see what we expect from him. Let's bring out number two. Of course, that's Omarion Hampton. He snuck into the first round, too, for the Chargers. It's 22nd overall. All right, so North Carolina comes in. Hey, 6 foot, 221 pounds. Pretty good athlete. Hey, you can see the numbers here. I have 1 and 2. Those aren't which order they were picked. Those are the consensus rankings. We took the NFL rankings, ESPN, PFF, Mel Kiper, several of the rankings, put them together, averaged them together to get the consensus ranks before the draft to see if somebody got some bargains. I also did the running back hungry video to show how much teams needed a running back or not. So at the end, we'll go through and see who did good on that and see who fulfilled what they needed. But from Hampton here, I've got him number 2 on the depth chart here. So Najee Harris, of course, brought in. They say, hey, Jim Harbaugh says 1-2 punch on Omarion and Najee. So a lot of sharing going on there. But Hampton put him number 2 on their draft depth. So we'll see how he comes out and how much sharing goes on there. All right, let's bring out number 3, and that would be Judkins. Cleveland stepped up and took a running back, 36th overall, early in that second round. Out of Ohio State, of course, one of the first two. 6 foot, 221 pounds. So put him right in the top of their depth chart, right? Cleveland had, you had Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford, hey, a 37th finish last year. So we're looking at, hey, put Judkins right to the top of their depth chart. And you can see he was 5th in consensus ranking. So a little bit of reach there we're starting to see here, but not terrible. All right, what about Henderson here from Ohio State? The next one to go to New England. Kind of unexpected for New England here to take a running back with kind of had 2 good ones, but 38th pick overall. They took out of Ohio State. 5'10", 202 pounds. More of a utility receiving. Just third. Hey, he was 3rd. So they got him 4th. A little bit of a steal there, I guess. So, hey, New England stepped in there and took a running back. Let's bring out the next one. R.J. Harvey, right? Denver. Denver steps in, 2nd round, 60th overall. Got a running back out of Central Florida, 5'8", 205 pounds, right? Well, Denver, he moves right to the top of their depth chart. Didn't have much there. They were the 16th team in rushing last year. Of course, Bo Nix there, exciting, trying to help him out. But McLaughlin here, 58 in efficiency. That's terrible. If you saw my efficiency video, 49 out of 40, 49 finish. Got the 41st amount of touches. Hey, they were platooning there last year. Audric Estime remains there, but I put Harvey right to the top of their list, though we have to be careful. They do a lot of platooning there in Denver, so we'll have to be careful. We'll see what preseason does. That makes it great, but hey, I got him there number 1. What the heck? How about Pittsburgh? Caleb Johnson. All right. Didn't even have to change uniform. All right. 3rd round pick, 83rd overall. Iowa. Comes out of Iowa. Look at how great those teams match. I might be able to keep their folder for a while. Or pick photo. 224 pounds, 6'1". All right. So Pittsburgh needed a running back. I didn't put him on. I was tempted to put him number 1, but I got him number 2 behind Warren. Warren was re-signed. He's only on a 1-year restricted. That was that tendered restricted free agent thing. 1 year, $5.3 million. So, and you can see they brought it. This was not by surprise. They brought in a lot of free agents or draft prospects to see before the draft. So, hey, they also have Kenneth Gainwell, but brought over from Philadelphia. Excuse me, but pretty low there on the ranking. So I put Caleb Johnson second. We'll see. Hey, watch the preseason. Say maybe he could be their number one. Well, I don't know. We'll find out. That's what makes preseason so great. Can't wait till it gets started. All right. Next up, we have Jacksonville stepping in, taking Tootin. All right. Fourth round, 104th pick overall. Coming out of Virginia Tech. Hey, 5'9", 209 pounds. Hey, Jacksonville, kind of crowded there. We had Tank Bigsby, ETN. This was kind of, but of course, ETN is at the end of his contract. So that's what this is a lot about. We went over that when, hey, instead of trying to deal with him, who's not been doing great here lately, 47th in efficiency, just terrible. If you haven't seen my efficiency numbers, go back and watch that video. But so you can see, hey, maybe he will. We're gonna have to get a read in preseason to see where he's gonna come out. I got him penciled in at third, but Tank Bigsby there. Neither of them 31st, 38th. Hey, we'll see how he works out in preseason. What they have in plans for him right now. Hey, you can see he was the 12th come in consensus rankings. Harvey was the 9th, so you had a couple taken out of, let's say, consensus order. But, hey, Denver probably liked Harvey, and Jacksonville had something they liked about Tootin here, I suppose. So let's go ahead and bring out the next one is Scatbo. Cam Scatbo for the Giants. Hey, he comes in fourth round, 104th pick overall. Hey, he was up there. Arizona State. 5'9", 219 pounds, a little slow in the 40, I guess. But, hey, he was the 6th consensus-ranked running back, so the Giants get a pretty good running back here. I got him penciled in at number 2. Pushing Singletary down. Singletary, who was disappointing last year. Of course, Tyrone Tracy came on to lead him, right? Had a pretty good thing, but still 8.72 a game. Of course, that's the team here, 30th offense. That ain't great. But so they bring in this Scatbo. We'll see where preseason, we're going to find out where he fits in here. But I got him penciled in number 2. He might be Tracy. We'll just have to see. And see how they adjust with all their new pickings here. And then we got Trevor Etienne for Carolina. 4th round, 114th pick overall. Jumped in there. I kicked out of Georgia. 5'9", a little smaller, 198 pounds. Maybe he'll do some special teams work for him. I'm not sure. Hey, of course, they got Hubbard they're bringing back. He's their number 1, and they just brought in Dowdell here, to a 1-year, $6 million contract. So this might be a short term. They see what they like here out of this ETN. But right now I have ETN put in as their number 3rd. Might, not catch fire here in this rookie year with the crowded ahead of him. But, all right, let's bring out the next. We got Woody Marks. Houston jumps in there and takes a running back, right? Hey, 4th round, 116th overall. People started a run of running backs here. USC comes from 5'10", 207 pounds. Houston, hey, Joe Mixon, of course, there's their number 1. All right. So I went ahead and put this Woody Marks 2. Pierce hasn't been that great as the first in line backup. So I'm going to put Woody Marks here as their number 2. And, of course, I have Dar Omgwanbe as their number 3. Kind of utility back. Was there a lot? I don't know, Pierce. He better look out. He might lose his job Dameon Pierce in the preseason. We'll see how that folds out, right? So Woody Marks brought into Houston. Kind of a little surprise there, I guess, although we had him down as needing someone. How about this Jaquez Hunter? Rams jump in there, right? Hey, Rams 4th pick round, 117th pick. I'm out of Auburn. 5'9", 204 pounds. We can see he was the 19th consensus ranked, and Woody Marks 21st. We're only on the 10th and 11th here. Excuse me. That was reaching, kind of. But, of course, if they line up with the skill set that they want in Houston and Rams, Of course, Sean McVay might know what he's doing there, taking certain running backs. But hey, we got Kyrene Williams still as the number one, right? Well, he's last year his contract, right? I haven't seen anything of him reworking it, so that's part of the thinking here too. And Blake Corum they brought in last year, right? He was the third round pick last year, right? Didn't little used, 118 snaps. That just didn't do much, right? So you wonder how this Hunter's going to fit in his rookie year, especially with them taking Corum at a higher draft capital. So we'll see. But hey, they're adding depth there. Might as well, especially with that Kyrene Williams in the last year of his contract. A lot of that goes on here, especially at this type of rounds. Cleveland steps back in to take Sampson, right? Fourth round, 126th overall. Tennis out of Tennessee, hey, 5'8", 200 pounds. So they had Judkins previously here. So I put Sampson third. You think Jerome Ford's done enough there to keep number 2 in the depth chart? Cleveland should be a new team. Joe Flacco, they're leading here. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback. It's going to thing is, it's going to be interesting with their line of quarterbacks that Cleveland has. 2 new running backs to watch. Hey, Cleveland made some moves. They needed to, right? So, and that Sampson was kind of a value here, 7th. The consensus overall ranking, I'm 7th. Here we are like 12th here. So that was a pretty good pickup. Jordan James, on the other hand, here, picked up by San Francisco, 5th round, 147th pick out of Oregon, 5'9", 205 pounds. But you can see he was the 23rd in consensus ranking, so kind of a reach here. You know, we're not about 14 in here. So, all right. Let's go ahead and bring out the next. We got Jaden Blue for Dallas comes in. Dallas needed a running back help. 5th round, 149th pick. They addressed it. All right. Out of Texas, 5'9", 196 pounds. So Jaden Blue comes in as Dallas's answer here at running back. Well, I put him number 2 here. Javonte, hey, there's a good chance he'd be number 1. But Javonte Williams here, hey, he brought in 1 year, $3 million deal. But hey, the only thing I'm thinking is he's got experience, here, and showed that he's not very good. So, hey, this Blue might take over. We'll see what their intentions are. Maybe watch preseason. Of course, Miles Sanders down here at 3. So, anyway, we'll kind of got him worked in there. I don't know. We'll see. How about DJ Giddens? This is a bargain. You see, he's 8 here. And look where we're getting him all the way into the Indy takes a running back here in the 5th round, 151st for the Colts here. Hey, he's from Kansas State, 6 foot, 212 pounds. So Indy needed a backup here, and they got one. Pretty good one. I bumped him ahead of Khalil Herbert. Herbert just hasn't been doing anything. I mean, hey, the name value there, but just Giddens, I got him number 2. Of course, Jonathan Taylor's their number 1. But, hey, I think that a little good to catch the ball. Might be if his pass blocking holds up, he could be the pass catching back early on. And, of course, something happens to Taylor. Hey, I'd be thinking him more long-term than Herbert. All right, so it's a little look there at Indy's move at running back. Let's bring out the next one. Ooh, Miami jumps in. Ollie Gordon, the 2nd. Miami gets a running back in the 6th round, 179th pick. So Oklahoma State. So you down here, 6'1", 226 pound, pretty big back. But down here, 13th. So kind of bargain there, I guess. So I have him not even ranked here. So it's a tough one here. Devon A-Chain, obviously they're number 1. They brought in Madison. He's only on a 1-year deal. But, hey, they're going to use him. They brought him in here. And Jalen Wright was left over last year. He has 4th round capital, 120 pick overall. So if he can straighten it out, he might sneak ahead of this Ollie Gordon, right, who was taken in the 6th round. Not as much capital there, right? So we'll have to see how he works in there in Miami. So there's one other thing here I'd like to go over is remember in my when I was going over the running backs fantasy finish, you can see here the top running backs, right, didn't do so good, and the later round running backs ended up doing better last year. So you just never can tell. So these later round running backs, maybe they fire and hit, maybe they don't. Maybe these top ones here too. If you look at that chart, they didn't. We got them expected to go pretty good, but some of the top ones last year just didn't do very good. You see Brooks, of course, but Benson and the Rams here and the Lloyd from Packers, none of these fired. Even the Miami here, you can see we had Wright here. None of them in the front did very good. So, hey, it's tough to get a read on these. So, we'll see how preseason. Here's a good pick right here. I kind of like this one. Devin Neal for the Saints. Yes, 6th round, 184. Got good out of Kansas, 5'11", 213 pounds. I think they got good value here. You see, he was the 10th in consensus rankings. We're almost 20 deep here at running back. So, of course, here in their team here, I've got Devin Neal finished second. This Kendra Miller, I just never seen anything out of him. Yes, he has a higher capital, I think, 3rd round, right? But IR last year a lot, just never really comes in. We need a backup to Kamara. Kamara getting up there, right? He's been around a while. Look at that, all these years. Did pretty good last year, kind of an uptake last year, but getting up there in years, so get a backup in there to the Saints. See what they, of course, they got quarterback situation here with Derek Carr. I brought in a rookie, though. Maybe that turns some Saints around. Not looking for a lot out of their offense, maybe. And then Tennessee jumps into the running back with Mullins here. 6th round, 188th pick out of Michigan, 226 pounds. All right, Tennessee, hey, with Pollard and Spears, kind of both under contract to 2026. Mullins here, hey, I got him ranked. I got him 3rd coming in on their depth chart. So we'll see how he works out. All right, we're getting to the bottom here. Let's bring out the Cincinnati jumps in and gets a running back, right? Cincinnati takes Brooks, 6th round, 93 pick overall, Texas Tech, 214 pounds. Going to pair him with Chase Brown up there, all right? Chase Brown, I still have number 1. Brooks here could be an exciting number 2. Of course, I have P. Ryan here ranked as number 3, so we'll see how that goes. Zach Moss getting pushed off the board here. So, let's see what happens there. And Seattle jumps in there with this Martinez. Seattle gets a running back in the 7th round. We're getting deep. But remember, some of these fired last year. Of course, it's crowded there. I got him number 3 in Seattle. Hey, Zach Charbonnet finished 27th for him. Walker finished 29th. Kenneth Walker, he is in the final year of his contract, so maybe that's what they're thinking here. I don't know. We'll see. But hey, it's a crowded room there. They're going to refocus on running the ball, right? Of course, got a new offense coordinator. And did they pick this Martinez as the eventual replacement for Walker? We'll see how that ends up. Let's continue here. We're going to go with Kansas City, Brashard Smith. Kansas City jumps in there and gets a running back, 7th round. You know, not a lot of capital here from SMU. 194, smaller sized back brought in here. Of course, we got Kareem Hunt, their number 1. And Pacheco's here, disappointing. This could be a Pacheco replacement. He's in his last year of his contract, you can see here. So I got, and remember, they brought in this Mitchell from San Francisco. So initially, I don't have him ranked in here, but we'll see how he ends up, and we'll watch preseason. They need a long term, and this might be some of the answers there. All right, we're down to the end here. We got the Bears made a move, though, from Rutgers, Kyle Monagally. 7th round, 233rd pound. You know, a lot of people had him taking a running back early. Oh, they're thinking Genty and all that. Well, so this means DeAndre Swift kind of survives through. Right? Is he going to be Ben Johnson's number 1 running back? So Swift makes it through. Roschon Johnson. I put this guy number 2 on the depth chart here. We'll see. That's what makes preseason good. But that was kind of a late round pick, though. So we'll see how the Bears do with him. They did make a move at running back, but kind of solidified Swift here. And Jacksonville steps back in for another running back, right? Took this Allen in the 7th round, 236 pick overall out of Syracuse, right? So 6 foot, 204 pounds. So Jacksonville, I don't even have, I mean, with the other three, that's pretty deep. Of course, they have this Tootin, who they took with a higher capital, with 3rd round. We'll see what happens in Jacksonville. It's pretty exciting there, preseason. And Dallas steps back in. All right, Dallas takes one of the teams that took 2 running backs, 7th round, 239 pick out of Clemson, 6 foot, 234 pounds. All right, big running back here. Had picked Jaden Blue, and of course they got Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, Miles Sanders might not make the team. Signed him to only a 1-year contract, and they can bring this Maffa in there to mop up. So, and do we have one more running back here? Yes. Washington steps in and takes this as their final running back here. I don't even have, I have McNichols as their 3rd. This guy's pretty deep on the charts. So, anyway, that's a look. That's all of them. All right, let's take a look at this next. If you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe button. Do it today. Be the first on your block. Hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up. Thank you. Taking a look at who needed a running back here. Well, we can see who addressed this. Of course, Vegas here with Gentine at 9.2 was the highest. Dallas picked up some help. Cleveland took 2, right? And the Chargers here took Hampton. So a lot of the green here is the ones that went ahead and addressed it. Some notables here, Tampa, with White in his final year, didn't make any. So Bucky and White's going to be running back. Shipley in Philadelphia, I didn't see them make a move here. So Shipley and Chicago, they made a late. They picked one up late. And a lot of people were thinking, oh, Ben Johnson's going to get a running back. He didn't make any moves there. So go over to the teams that we didn't think needed to make a move. And a couple of surprises, I guess, were New England here. Taking this Henderson, that 4.8. We didn't really, they could build elsewhere, but hey, they're 3 deep at running back. And Carolina here taking this ETN. They used free agency, got Dowdell. It's kind of a surprise there. All right, that's a look at some of that here in the running back. I wanted to do it more in depth on the vet versus the camp, but hey, we're running out of time here. Give me a thumbs up if you noticed my haircut. Fresh new haircut my wife gave me. All right, let's take a look at this.